that one get away from you tonight?
Yeah, we just looked tired at the end, the last 20-30 minutes. It looked a little bit leggy. They put the pressure on, putting longer balls into the box. And yeah, I don't think we coped with the physicality at the end. Obviously it's one of the toughest places to come as well. They give you a different challenge if you like, man to man, long balls, physicality. So yeah, it's a challenging place to come, and I was happy with the performance up until when we went 1-0 up, it was a bit disappointing after that. We kind of let our form slip, giving easy balls away and stuff. So yeah, something to learn on and move on to the next game.
Is that the main reason, do you think, just the tiredness, especially with how physical Brentford are, and as you say, they go man for man and mix it up? Is that just the weight of games over this particularly busy Christmas period?
Possibly, or it's just, like I said, the challenge they give you. Yeah, the man-to-man all over the pitch. You have to move a lot to get on the ball, and off the ball you have to follow your man because they run behind you. So yeah, they gave us a challenge today, and we did the best we could.
Is that concerning? Because the weight of games isn't going to ease up at all, really, for a good few weeks yet.
Yeah, we're used to it, for many years now. We've been playing majority of the competitions every 3 days, so it's something that the squad's quite used to. So yeah, there's no excuses.
I suppose on the positive side, 2 wonderful goals from yourself, particularly the first one. When Kevin puts that ball in, do you know exactly what you're going to do with it, almost as he plays it?
Yeah, obviously we've built that combination now for years. I've been playing with him and training with him, and I know the ability he has to put the balls into the box, and it's just about making the movement, and he'll put it in the perfect spot for me. So yeah, me and Kev's connection is good on the pitch, and yeah, he gave me the perfect ball, so I had to help it on, and I was delighted to see it hit the back of the net.
Looking sort of bigger picture, the manager's said in the press conferences he's not quite sure whether you have turned the corner just yet. Have you seen green shoots of recovery? Are the positives from the performance tonight that make you think that you are rounding that corner and back into the form that we know Manchester City have?
Well, it's definitely picked up from previously, the performances are a lot better than there was. But yeah, I think we're still steps to go to where we want to be. But as long as we just keep making them small steps and improving, that's what we're aiming to do.
Appreciate it, Phil. Thanks.
Thank you.
No excuses, says Phil Foden. They were on their way, though, to a 3rd straight Premier League victory there, Jolien. How do you sum that up? It was a bonkers game of football.
Yeah, I think at half-time we were applauding the team's application and determination to score, and we said all it needed was goals, and I don't think anyone anticipated 4 in the second half. But I think it was a fair result on regards on the way the team set up, the way they approached the game, the chances they created, and obviously the chances they converted. But yeah, from a City point of view, you'd be very disappointed to be 2-0 up and then to not come away with this game with 3 points.
How much did you enjoy that as a spectacle, Joe?
I enjoyed it, yeah. Phil Foden there likened it. It was like a basketball match, and there's only so long you can do that, no matter what level of fitness you're at. And when you've got that added incentive, which Brentford did, they were able to stay emotionally in the game, needing stuff from it. City probably switched off. Physically, a lot taken out of them. Do we just try and get the result? And that's when Brentford came on and kept on coming. But of years, we've seen City, they're 2-0 up, the game's over. People may as well get themselves home. But at the moment, they've not quite got that confidence on the ball. They've not quite got that shape to just play and kill people off. And whilst there's a chance, especially at this place, Brentford are going to keep coming, and they fully deserve the result tonight. Yeah,
well, let's have a look at how City took the lead. It was a brilliant finish from Foden, but a trademark delivery from Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, it was great play all round. City went direct in the second half, straight into Haaland, whose ball retention was great. And then Kevin finds himself out wide and puts in a Kevin-like ball, and a great finish from Phil. I think he did himself a little injustice there in the interview, saying he was just a simple finish. It wasn't that. It's a great ball, and again, it looks slightly chaotic. There's a lot of movement from all players, but as soon as Kevin gets the ball here, he knows exactly where he needs to pull it, and Phil sets up way before the ball even comes into the box.
One of those nights where you just feel lucky to watch Kevin De Bruyne play.
Definitely, that's still there of Phil Foden just floating in the air as Kevin, off balance, whacks it across the 6-yard box. Absolute thing of beauty, that goal, and Kevin De Bruyne looked really good today. And we were watching, weren't we, Jolien, right up until the 80th minute. Those trademark strides that he was doing, and both of us were saying, relax, Kevin, relax, but ultimately ran out of legs. But when he was on the ball and when he was in the game, he was running it.
And Savinho so lively again tonight, very much involved in that second City goal, forcing the mistake from Brentford.
Yeah, definitely. thing I love about him, he's not one-dimensional. He's not just got one way of playing. He's learning different ways, hustling there. That's Premier League. That's a must. Taking the ball off people's toes and creating. And when he realised there was no space, looking for that clean strike, we got two in under a second there. And that's what's clinical about this goal. But I really enjoyed Savinho watching him play tonight, obviously on the left, but he was looking to drift when he could, come into the play, bring his teammates in. And that's a really clinical finish. It felt like that was game over.
Yeah, I thought it was, to be honest. Again, from Francis Craig, deserved to score the second goal, and you're thinking from that point of view, City go on to win this game, and that wasn't the case. Obviously, Brentford had other ideas.
They did. They just kept going, Julian. You felt they really sensed that they deserved something from the game, and they didn't give up.
Yeah, definitely. And as soon as they got one, you felt the place lift, the momentum changed, and all of a sudden now their incentive is to get behind the team and to create another opportunity. But this goal here, again, as soon as it goes over your head from a defensive point of view, you fall back into line and try and get behind the ball, and all of a sudden Wissa here, who took himself as the all-time Premier League goal scorer for Brentford with this goal, has so much time but shows great composure in the 6-yard box.
It's just great credit to Brentford. They made City switch off. If Manchester City did win this game today, we would have had to talk about Guardiola. We'd have had to talk about Ake, Ortega making a few saves. So even when City were winning, Brentford was still asking the questions. And like Phil said there at the end, it just looked like they fatigued eventually, and Brentford was on the front foot. It'd be amazing to speak to Thomas Frank about the fitness of his team, the way that they were just kept going all the way to the end.
And we hope to do that very soon as well. But Johan Wissa.
What a game, what a comeback. Christian, how did you do it?
I don't know. Yeah, we stayed in the game, even though we were 2-0 down. I thought we played a good game, even though we conceded, because they just have so many good offensive players. But we hung in there, and the team kept going, and very proud of how we managed to come back in the game.
There were two huge chances, one before City scored their first and one at 1-0 for Johan Wissa, with two magnificent blocks, one from Guardiola, one from Ake. When that kind of thing happens, you just kind of think, maybe it's not our night.
Yeah, I felt like I've seen the story before, because we had similar games against them before where they've just nicked it and they've won like 3-1 or 1-0, and we missed our chances. But I'm happy that we ended up taking them in the end of the game.
So when you get one back, what's the mentality, what's the mindset, what's Thomas Frank saying to you?
Yeah, we're not here to lose with one. So once Wissa scored the first one, we actually thought we had good grip on the game in the second half. We managed to keep it on their half. So yeah, we like to play the ball on the side, see if we can get some crosses in, and I don't know how I ended up in there, but yeah, it was nice to see it going.
I was going to ask, you need to talk me through the equaliser, your goal. What do you see when the ball's coming towards you?
We speak a lot about attacking the gaps, and even though I'm not a striker, I tend to listen in the meetings anyway, so I tried to attack the gap, and yeah, I was just fortunate to see it going.
When I spoke to Thomas Frank before the game, he said that you have to be right on top form, a top performance to get a result tonight. Do you feel like that's what you put in?
Yeah, it was definitely close. I mean, with a top performance, I think we get 3 points today, but we'll take a point 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go.
And you've only got Liverpool up next.
Yeah, exactly. But if we can keep this place rocking like it was today, we can manage to get a good game against Liverpool, I'm sure.
Well done tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Daddy. This place certainly rocking after that 2-2 draw for Brentford.
Business once more on the back of that very important equaliser. 1-1. So deflection, and it will be a throw-in. Well, what can they do to stop him running at them? Romeo Lavia. And there it is, the half-time whistle. So the beginning of the second half here at Stamford Bridge. Possession one. Mudryk. Being egged on by the crowd. And a goal to re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations. Palmer.